There is a lot of misunderstanding about what awakening is. People describe different experiences, sometimes intense energy. But we awaken to something that is beyond the mind and cannot be described by the mind. It has nothing to do with the mind or the body or energy. It is freedom from the dream of the conditioned mind, of thoughts, concepts, beliefs and the perceptions and experiences that come from them. Primary awakening is end of the experience of a separate self, of the I, me, mine thought. It is not energy, insight, revelations. All these things come and go. It is the end of illusion and the direct experience of something more. Sometimes it is called emptiness because it is the emptying out of all illusion. It doesn't mean there is nothing here. Everything is here, everything except illusion. We experience something that is unchanging, the only thing in the world and in all our experiences that is truly and absolutely unchanging. Notice that with a kundalini awakening, that energy does not stay permanently as it is. No energy does. The human body could not withstand that much energy consistently. Once awakened, our awareness of the body's energy is opened and we realize there is a whole lot more energy in this body than we were ever aware of before. That's not because more energy came into the body. It's just that now we are more aware of the energy that has always been here. But this energy too is always changing. There is only one thing that never changes. And that is what we awaken to. That is what awakening is. Everything in the illusion, including the sense of self, is always changing. It never remains the same for a single moment. That is also true of mountains, rivers, the planet, the universe. It is true of all form. But one thing, that is not a thing, never changes. It is always present. That's what we awaken to. And once we realize this, that is always here, what is changing doesn't interest us so much. Until we experience what is unchanging, we're never going to fully admit that everything is constantly changing. Perhaps we may have a belief of this, but we're never going to fully experience it. So attachment, resistance and suffering still are possible. Once we awaken, attachment, resistance and suffering are no longer possible. We live in a very different way. We live in the world but not of it. We are never separate from this infinite, eternal unchanging something more. I use these two words purposefully. They carry less baggage and conditioned thoughts than God, Buddha nature, nirvana, the divine or any of the other common words used to describe something that can never be described. Once this is directly experienced, it continues to unfold continuously. And yet it never changes. It is always something more. It is infinite, so that cannot be helped. And yet it is just as clear that it never changes. So energy, kundalini awakening, insights, revelations, no matter how profound, earth-shaking and transforming are not really what awakening is. They are simply byproducts on the spiritual path. If we attach to any of them as truth, we become stuck and cannot move on. Absolute truth cannot be described, named or labeled and still be what it is. The best approach to truth is to continuously let go, continuously surrender fully to every moment. No matter how profound a revelation or experience is, there is always something more. Be open to that. That will lead to truth.